Thank you, and thank you all for coming. I want to say a few words about someone who's been very special to our Champaign County Republican Party. But before I do so, last night I turned over or fulfilled the 6th year of my term as county chairman, turning over the chairmanship to Habeeb. And first, I simply want to express my gratitude to all of you for allowing me the privilege to be able to serve you in that role. It's a role that I took an enormous amount of pride in. I tremendously enjoyed that role, and no matter where politics takes any of us, for me, I think I will always remember that I cut my teeth and earned those stripes in grassroots for politics here with so many of my friends in Champaign County, and I'll never, ever forget that. With redistricting and the recent elections here, I will not represent Champaign County next year. I still do this year, but I won't next year. But what I can tell all of you who are my Champaign County friends is that even if you cannot vote for me, trust me when I say when I'm in Springfield, I will do all I can to vote for you. And, all politics aside, let me just say it's been a wonderful, tremendously wonderful experience serving you as your chairman. And the biggest thing, and Kristen's here tonight with me, but the biggest thing for Kristen and me is we kind of reflected on the way over here tonight, just what those last 6 years have meant to us. And the overwhelming thing that we agreed upon is that we have made sincerely lifelong friendships with so many of you in this room. And I know that those friendships will continue, and we will treasure those forever, so thank you. Now, as I mentioned, Habeeb here is our new chairman. And, one thing that you can certainly come to know, for those who don't know Habeeb, but for those of you who will come to know Habeeb, is that we truly have a great guy who is going to serve as our county chairman. He's a proud American. And he wears that pride right out there for you to see it, and it's wonderful to watch him as he has progressed in politics, but it's wonderful to just learn his life story. And his story is an amazing story of an individual born in Lebanon, in his 18, you're here for college, and stayed. And he's a true American success story. And, politics, everyone says politics is such a nasty business. But what I can tell you is that with Habeeb as your county chairman, you have just a truly great guy who's proud to be an American, he's proud to be a Republican, and I am sure he is going to do just an absolutely wonderful job for us as county chairman. He put this event, think about this, and the bar that he set for himself. He's been chairman for 24 hours, and this is his event. So, I don't know what he's going to do next year. I presume he's going to invite President Romney. Yeah. and Habeeb will probably be chairman for a few years, so I'm sure he'll invite future President Mitch Daniels back someday. Now, Habeeb asked me to say a few words about Steve Hartman. And many of you in this room know that Steve is a former Republican Party chairman here in Champaign. In fact, he's my predecessor. Steve passed away last year, and we wanted to just take a moment to remember Steve and remember all of the wonderful things that Steve did for our party. And, Steve was a man of a wonderful heart, and he gave everything that he had to the causes that he cared about. One of those causes was Republican politics. And I'll tell you, for those of you who don't know Steve or didn't know Steve, I'll tell you just a real funny story. And I'm not going to quote what was in the newspaper because I couldn't find it because it's been a few years ago. I asked Tom Kasich to help me. We couldn't find it. I'm not sure if it was News Gazette, Daily Illini. But there was a really Steve Hartman story that happened many years ago. And the newspaper was doing an article on rents, campus town rents. And Steve's an entrepreneur, he's a real estate developer. and proud owner of a number of apartments on campus. And this story was kind of digging at the fact that rental rates for college students were going up. And so they interviewed Steve Hartman, local real estate developer and campus town property owner, involved in Champaign County Republican politics. And they say, why is it, Steve, that you don't care about what this governmental group has to say about rising property or rental rates at your apartments or other people's apartments? What's your opinion on that? And he says, well, my opinion is, and this is his quote, is he says, you know what? It's my property. I don't give a damn what anyone else thinks about it. That, to those who know Steve Hartman, that was Steve. He never minced his words in a wonderful way. So many of us in politics are so careful about what we say here and there, and Steve spoke his mind, and we loved him for it. As I said, when I first got involved in county politics, Steve was the chairman, and he did a wonderful job for us. He left the party in terrific financial state, probably better than any other county organization throughout the state when Steve left. So many of us knew Steve for his involvement, his passion for, and his love for Republican County politics. But what not everyone here maybe knew is that Steve had these other passions in life. He was passionate about sailing and traveling. He often would talk to us when we were sitting in executive board about some of the travels that he made really throughout the world. He was an avid cook and loved to cook, sometimes with his family and with his daughters. But more than anything, when I think about Steve Hartman and I think about the person that he has been to all of us, I think about the importance that he always exuded to how important his family was to him and how important that some of those grandkids that came along towards in these last few years. And he just cherished every moment that he had to spend with his family and with some of those grandkids. And so we wanted to honor Steve tonight for all that he has been to all of us. There's a number of his family members here with us, and we wanted to present to Nancy, to his daughter Nancy, just a little plaque that says, in tribute to Steve Hartman, Steve had a vision for our party, and he was gracious in helping us achieve it. We thank the Hartman family for allowing him to share his time with us. Thank you.